and I have a treat for you. This is not going to be a very long video. I don't want it to be a very long video. We got Resident Evil. This is going to be the modified rules, uh, the revised rules for this particular card game. I can't speak for the other deck building games, but we will be speaking for Alliance. Uh, and I've got a castle here. Let's activate the Castle Grayskull. I brought it back out just for this purpose. Can I find the switch in time? Love that. Oh, that's great. Now, um, you may have your own castle. We're going to turn off this flashlight because this phone has a built-in light for this purpose. So you may have your own Castle Grayskull, Snake Mountain. If you have a dollhouse, in-house, outhouse, doghouse, your house, my house, or some sort of like a stand, maybe a 2D display of a cardboard cutout of a house, or you just use the fucking table. It doesn't matter. So let's do that. And inside are all the cards. Now these are the 200 plus cards, 250 cards. I don't remember. I think it was 200 something cards. And what I'm going to do is take these out. We're going to form different things here. And let's see how we're going to do this. Let's take a look at, well, let me think here. Let's grab all these cards first. Okay, so these are, what we have here are the people cards. This is the shop and or loot cards. We've got the mansion or Castle Grayskull for this example. So let me arrange these cards into two piles first. All right, now here we have, this is the loot. This is stuff you get for free, no matter what, at certain times. And this is the shop. Now I'm going to make this difficult. Let's roll 2 die. I have to go to my die chest for this. What could those be? I'll explain those in a minute. Let's go ahead and grab. Oh, I have to grab these two. Now I'm going to grab the red 20 and the black 20. And that's all we need. And we'll roll the dice for these. Okay. So I think that would be an 11 and a 4. So what that means is that as every fourth room in the mansion or the castle, we get a loot. We'll roll a 1 to 6 die as to what the loot is, and every 11 rooms will be the shop. And there are some cards in the manual. In this manual here, let's go to this. There are some items that are just one of a kind cards, and other ones are multiple cards. But some of them may only be in here, or some of them may be here. I think that Shadow Weaver has the lion's share of the loot or the item cards. That's okay. We're going to go with that for now. For this example, I would have split it directly in half. But as long as there's a lot of these loot cards, it's good. So why is Shadow Weaver here? Basically, her magic doesn't work on Earth, so she might as well just be a merchant. Welcome, stranger. So that's the whole idea. And now let's go ahead and figure out, okay, so let me put the mansion cards aside. Now let me tell you the starting items you have here. These are your starting items. So let me go ahead and, what are we going to do here is, I'm going to put the ammo 10 all here. So these are my ammo. And there's going to be some like real-time shooting events, much like Star Fox Space Invaders. But let me get this organized. Okay, this is the inventory. Now, whoever is the star character here is level 1, meaning I've organized this to be like small case and then medium case. So a small case, you would have 2 items. You could have 2 items and nothing more. If you get like an herb, I would say 1 slot for herbs or 1 kind of herb. So you can only have 1 kind of medicine and 2 weapons. If you get to level 2, you get the medium case, which is double that. So that's the way I organize. It's kind of like I'm trying to limit the number of slots each hero can have. And now we're going to figure out who is going to be the star of the show. Let me shuffle these. Are we ready? Who's it going to be? It is, who's that? Chris? Is that Chris Redfield? So let's see what Chris Redfield, while Chris is using only one weapon, that weapon gets negative 20, minus 20 ammo requirement. Let me read this here while we look at this. I'll look at that. And so negative 20 ammo requirement, only one weapon. I don't know what that means. I don't think I can use. I will modify these rules as I see fit. While Chris, is only using one weapon type, all of those weapons get minus 20. So I don't even know what the fuck that means. Negative 20 ammo requirement. Okay, maybe that means that you could start off with 10. Okay, that's the way we'll do it then. Like, so the 10 requirement can go for all weapons. So I'm going to put him here. There we have Chris Redfield. And we have all the items. So now all that's left is to enter the mansion. Now, before I do that, I'll explain to you what these are extra things that will go into the mansion. Where the fuck is it? Okay. That will go in here. Now, this blue heart, if you're familiar with Resident Evil 4, what is blue? There's like 15 of these blue things. You know what that's about. There's a challenge here. And this has to do with something large, something round and large that Chris would normally punch, but Leon has to run away from. So that card could be a trap card, and that will go in there. So I'm going to put them somewhere. But actually, let me do one more thing. We have a 0 through 9 die, and we're going to roll it right now. We have a 6. So there are 6 other people that are going to be in the mansion. So what I'm going to do is evenly divide up the 6 people and the 2 extra cards into the mansion. We are 90% there. Now, I did not look at who I put in the deck. So the blue heart, the ace of spades, and the 6 people. It's kind of like Goonies 2, where you rescue. Remember Goonies 2, you rescued people? We get rid of the 6x3 grid. I got rid of the grid. The rules in the original manual are just fucking complicated. So this is more of a one-player experience. Now, I have also a dartboard. This dartboard will be used often for the this one here, and there's a dartboard in front. So it'll work almost the same way. But we're gonna just right now we're gonna enter the mansion. But we'll be using this dartboard for every single enemy that is around. As a matter of fact, I can put the dartboard on top. Well, let's enter the mansion. Shall we do that? Let's try to do that. That's about right. Will the cards hold on, or is it going to be a pain in the fucking ass? Probably going to be a pain in the backside. Let's see what we're going to do here. Let me rearrange a bit. There is our mansion. It is not the most luxurious mansion, but they will not sit on the plane, and they would just slide down anyway. You know, whatever you come up with in 512-bit games, and you can only do as much. Let's set up the dartboard too. And there's our dartboard. This is for every single enemy that we are going to come across. No exceptions. This will be the dartboard. And we'll have 10 seconds to attack the enemy before the enemy can strike us. So that's how this works. So now we have Chris Redfield. Chris's mission, essentially, overlapping the rules in the manual, will be to ultimately fight Monster Wesker. There's Albert Wesker who's turned into a giant monster with the T-virus. But he should rescue his 6 patrons or his 6 comrades. If he doesn't rescue all 6 before he confronts Albert Wesker, that's pretty much the end of the game. The other 3 die somehow in the mansion. But he's got to, once Albert Wesker is found, he's got to be fought and killed, and then the whole mansion will explode, and then that'll be it. So let's go ahead and start with the first card. Already, let's find out who it is. Who is it? Time bonus. This is combo bonus. So this has to do with hand. So what this will be is we'll get a bonus of let me see here. Bonus 1 decoration for each infected. So this will be about decoration. I will say that if you can get the 3 in a row, we can roll 2 dice instead of 1. That's how it will be. So, but we have to kill let me think. Is it 3 enemies? I'm thinking it's 3. I'm thinking it's 3. Combo being 3. Yeah, if it's 3 enemies in a row, then we'll get to roll 2 dice instead of 1 for loot. All right. 3 rooms to go before loot, and then 10 rooms before we see the merchant. Let's go ahead and draw the next card. This one is the infected. Now this guy has, this is liquor beta, and this one has or is it, yeah, I think it's beta, 35 health, 20 damage, 3 decorations. And I think for him to go to level 2, he needs 3 and then 8. So let's do this. Now these are the basic items, okay? 70. So I have to be very careful here. So let's see if I can do this. So we need to get 35 on that dartboard. So let's go ahead and start. I only have 10 seconds. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So I did not. Let's see what I got. Well, I got 13. So now he takes away 20 damage. How will that work? And actually, let me clarify this. Okay, so I should have explained this. I shouldn't have recharged, but you have 10 shots. So the way I'm keeping track of the shots is that there's a total of 10 bullets in this card. So there's 7 left. From 10 is 3. So that's how. Also, here is Chris's health. It's at 80. So I'm going to take away this 3-dimensional cross, and that's going to be 70. It's 20 damage, right? So this will be, I'm going to turn this diagonally. This will be 60, okay? Let me figure out something here. Hold on. I'm going, as I go along, I have to improvise. Okay, let me do this. Let me do this, because this has to do with the combo bonus that we saw before. And, okay, we got a blank. So it's just going to be 1 enemy at a time. So the combo bonus will not factor because we're not going to get combos. We're just going to, if we fail to take out enemies in this game, they just move on. I'll put the combo bonus here. So I'm trying to figure out as I go. I'm figuring out as I go along. I know most of the rules that I created. So this guy's gone, but we have lost health. And now we have to go to the next room. Let me clear some space. 2 rooms to loot, and then 9 rooms to the shop. Let's go ahead and get to the next card. What do we have here? This is another infected, the Iron Maiden. Now this guy's got 50 health and 30 damage. We will have to try again with the darts. Let me grab the darts. Now, as before, I have 10 seconds to make my moves here. And I can shoot as many times as I need to. Okay, ready? Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So, let's see. I got 4 in. I have 3 shots. So I might... Is it cheating? Well, I mean, my arm can reach, but if I'm not, because I'm sitting here, right? I'm sitting here and the dart's here. So how far should the dartboard be? As far as you want it. I mean, if you can't touch it, maybe that would be the way to do it. So I wasted 4 shots. So my judgment is 21 plus 20. That's 41. That's not enough to take him out, though. So again, I get 30 damage here. So we were at 80, 70, 60. So 80, 70, 60. Okay, here we go. 50, right? Yeah, this is the health that I should have, 50. If this is 50, 40, right? 1, 40, 30, 30, 20. 30, 20. Okay. So my health is at 20 right now. I'm using the zombie dice, the health. This is sort of like your health is good and then your health is poor. Now keep in mind I have no green or red herb medication that is part of this set. So that's this guy down. And let me rearrange the numbers. Okay, eight more rooms till we get to the shop, and 1 more room till we get to loot. And if we can find some good loot, that would be great. It's not looking good for Chris. He's got a. So this is like very linear. We don't go back. We always go forward. It's kind of like RE4. We're always going forward, but not back. Let's see. So I'm going to put this away. And also, too, when I run out of bullets, I have to take this card out like I did before and then put another card in this slot to count as a reload. And that is part of the 10 seconds. And if you run out of bullets, you can also reload in between the turns. So let's go ahead and start again. The next door. What is that one? This is, so he has a mod here. Let us see. When this infected is revealed, all characters take 10 damage. So this is the final, like, this is a green meshed up. So this is really bad. Okay. If I lose any more health, Chris you are dead. So let's find out. Let me go ahead and reset my darts. What is his health? 30. Okay, so this shouldn't be too bad. All right, wish me luck, everyone. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I didn't realize I had 2 extra ones. So there's 10 there. What did I hit? My judgment is that I'm going to say, based on what I've got here, 16, because we double 8. 18. So I did not make it. So, ooh, you are dead. You are dead. So he is killed by the Guardian of Insanity. And that's the end. The friends are not rescued, and we don't go through the bonus cards, and we don't get to see the loot or the shop. It's a tough one. Overall, it's a short game. I was hoping for like a little longer. Obviously, I can't go beyond like 20 to 30 minutes. As a live stream, when I show things in real life as opposed to video game screens, because it's hard to get like, the clear, crisp, sharp screen on for a live stream. But anyway, I think I did all right with this mod. So between the dartboard and encountering enemies, there's various enemies, various types of enemies you go through. You try to figure out, are you dealing with 1, 2, or 3 enemies at a time? So like if in the case of getting the blank side of the die, which is rare, you encounter 1 enemy at a time. And if you don't fight that enemy walks away. If you get 2 or 3 on the shield sword dice here, if you say you encounter 2 or 3 if you fail to fight and kill 1 enemy, it follows you. So then 1 card becomes 2 cards, and then if you have 3, you have 3 cards, and you have to fight. And if you fail to fight all 3, if you somehow survive, those 3 walk away, and then you deal with another 3, and that's how it kind of goes. Um, I'm very happy with this. The way it was done before was way too hard, and I couldn't do what I wanted to do. But I mean, my my thinking was RE4 and RE1. I ignored Zero. I ignore, even though there are characters all across the Resident Evil. There's no Barry, of course. Barry's not loved enough, but you know, you could add a little merchant. I think there's a merchant card in one of the other decks, but I added a merchant for Flavor to put her in charge of the shop. And you're not looking at the cards. The only time you're looking at the loot cards, shop cards, is when you're trying to start out. You want to have the gun, 77 times 10 ammo, and 2 combat knives. That's the only time you're really looking at, because you want to. Your character has to start with something. And then when you're going through the mansion, you're rescuing your friends. You're encountering the blue medallion. The blue heart is that blue medallion. And when you hit the target, if you hit the target a number of times, and I think it's going to be 90. But when you hit 90 or so, then you get something. You get something. Well, you get whatever is in the shop. You get to choose whatever gun or super weapon is in there, and then you shuffle the cards again. The Ace of Spades would have been the dice sling. I would have rolled the dice sling, and whatever number it rolls has to be lower than your number and your friend and your comrade's number. So it's basically you're rolling a giant 20-sided die, those transforming dicings that I have, and you're rolling it towards your heroes. And you try to see if the higher number wins. So something like little dice challenges. There's a floor challenge based on the original cards in the game where we make a path and try to get through without getting killed. So it's basically a bridge of shields, and then you go from one point. That's based on the sort of Dragon's Lair survive the trap challenges. So besides traps, there's enemies, there's zombies, there's time bonuses. I kind of count that as a Starman. So in the case of the hourglass, if there was a time bonus, you could bypass enemies. It's like, it's not that you're invincible, but you're able to stealth, get by some zombies quickly. So you get to bypass some enemies to make it a little easier. But as you can see, it's not that easy to beat this game. By the way I've done it, I got killed. So that's my zombie dice, or health meter, actually. You know, you're fine and then you're dying. So hopefully you like what I've done here. And if you like this video, if it's good enough for you, you see those icons below, you know what to do. Happy hunting this card set. And thanks, Castle Grayskull.